Hey, what's up, puppies? My name is slyfoxhound, and welcome to an update video. A very well needed update video since it's been almost 2 months since I have not talked directly to you guys here on YouTube. And I believe that I do have a very YouTube-like family that likes to have things here. And if I don't come to this home, it kind of becomes like out of sight, out of mind. So I'm finally knocking at the door, seeing if anybody's here, and sitting down and pretty much trying to put you guys up to date where I've been, what's going on, and I even went as far as writing down this video on a WordPad. That way, I can actually have some structure because I know I'm one to ramble as I'm doing right now, and I want to make sure that I get all the points across and pretty much try to keep you up to date with where I've been, what's going on, and what's happening moving forward. It's always nice to kind of catch up with you guys one way or another. So again, first of all, if you do watch this whole video, I would really appreciate it, because that way you will have no questions as to what's happening, where I'm going, and where I've been. It's like very important. But if you don't, either way, I appreciate just even being here. I'm alive, at least if that's what you care about. Yes, I'm alive. Hopefully you guys have been doing well too. But let me get to it. And I did this WordPad thing in a form of like asking a question that I think you guys would ask. And I'll probably be putting a Minecraft background video, since this is also part of the news too. That I'm really excited to talk about. But I gotta give you guys a fair warning to those that maybe are going through a low time in your life and you might not want sad content or sad information. I am about to enter some, like, I don't know, sad news area that I haven't shared with many, if not just like a handful of people, and I think I'm ready to finally talk about it and really get to it. So let's rip the bandage. And again, if it sounds like I'm reading off a script, it's because I literally am reading off a script, in the sense of like I wanted to really put my thoughts on paper and get that message across, because I don't think I could, like, how I off the cuff, like as I'm doing right now, talk and ramble and just inform you about things, or just whatever I'm doing at the time with the content. I don't think I would have been able to do that as well as I wrote it. And even then I might have just kind of scuffed it. But either way, let's get to it. So I asked myself, saying where I've been, how am I doing, how's life now in comparison to before, where I stopped uploading, and why did the upload stop? Because I think that's the main thing you guys care about. YouTube is about, hey, what the hell has been going on with the uploads? Outside from maybe, if you guys follow the community posts, which is essentially the Twitter version of YouTube. But yeah, I say in this WordPad, give a fair warning that the topics at hand might not be the most happy, but it gets better. And I do believe that. I really do believe that. So the answer that I wrote here was I took a break from trying to juggle a lot of things at once to really like slow down and be more present. Some things kind of like happen where I feel like I was kind of running like a chicken cut off. And this is the part where I'm kind of like rambling. But yeah, I was just kind of like going through the motions, but not being really present. Like I was always either thinking about my past or worrying about the future. And I know that's a really weird place to be, personally. Like, you never want to truly just be either thinking about the future or the past constantly, because it really doesn't amount to anything. It doesn't allow you at this very moment right now, like you listen to this video, you are in the present, so I wasn't in the past 2 months. And I mean, I could even say the past few years, I have been kind of stuck in either the past or the future. And I am taking time to like really slow down, because I feel like I'm not enjoying life, or I have been enjoying life the way that at one point I did. And it took some heavy reflecting to do that. But going back to the script, I said at the time, a lot of heavy things that I never got to experience happen. And while in the past, I was lucky to be able to choose to not deal with it head on, this one time I wasn't able to, and with good reason, because like I didn't know what past me was avoiding, but I understand why past me avoided those things. And I'll get to it. I know I'm sounding a little vague or a little ominous, but I am sorry if I get a little bit emotional, because even to this day it's just weighs heavy. But in the past, I say lucky because I just kind of know myself. I was able to kind of dodge bullets when it came to dealing with passings of family members, let it be like my father or any other people that really mattered to me or that had an impact in me. And I know this is gonna sound really silly to some of you guys, but maybe some of you guys do understand too. So I'll try to be not so hard on myself on this one. But the passing of Puppy Chef just happened like not too long ago, not even a year ago. I want to say like a few months. And while it might be silly to y'all, like his dog passed away or whatever, Chef was a big deal to me. And I'll go into the script because if I sidetrack, I know I'm gonna get emotional. And I'm not trying to. But yeah, let me read what I said here, and hopefully that conveys my feelings. If not, I'll try to detour and chime in and add extra to it. But I wrote the passing of Chef happened, and it really stung me in a way that I never been before. I was there for her whole journey, like through like her baby steps to the very very last breaths that she took, and I'm glad to say that she moved on while having a bunch of like loved ones around her. Not only it was something that I was there, but my wife, my family, my mother, my sister, like people that I didn't even expect to be there, were there for her very last moments. And ooh, wow, this happens a few months ago. Not a day goes by that I don't think of her or feel the lack of her presence around here. She was really there for like the beginning of my boom with making content through like as I was blowing up on YouTube. She was part. You guys were part of the reason that I was able to like have her, and it's crazy. It's really really weird to have something like that happen, and like me not be able to just dodge it like I normally have in the past, because I knew myself I was not going to be someone that I don't attend funerals. I don't do that kind of stuff because like it doesn't serve me. I consider myself somebody that is always in high spirits and good energy, and I know where I swing hardest and with what type of energy I swing hardest. And this was heavy. And yeah, I really up to this day feel like the lack of her presence in my house, because I work from home, and she was my everyday. She was my everyday. Every day I would wake up, have to take care of her, give her medicines, because again, English bulldogs, if you guys know, they're very prone to a lot of health hazards and whatever. But again, I'm going off the cuffs here, but let me read back what I've been going here. She was essentially the closest being that I could treat as a child of mine, and while she gave me more time that most English bulldog owners can say, she gave me 14 years of her life, like IRL, not puppy years, but like real human years. And I looked up, and that's a very very rare thing. So not only was I able to be lucky to say that I have my dream dog, but she gave me like a dream like run that I could not ask more out of it. So yeah, 14 years of my life. It's crazy. She was there for Pennsylvania, Colorado, Florida. Like she was there in all my different journeys, and she was my baby. She was my friend, and she was my dream puppy, and saying goodbye, it sucks, dude. Like, I have those last seconds of her life, like, replaying in my head, and it sucks. It sucks. But I had to, like, I had to. man, this is hard. I thought I was gonna be able to like, do this a little bit better without being so emotional. And again, I apologize because I don't do this normally. Like, I know there's nothing wrong with being emotional and crying and whatnot. Like, I'm not a fucking teenager or like whatever. Like, emotions are not a sign of weakness. To me, emotions are a sign of like you're human, and you know you feel like everybody else. So you know it humanizes me. But man, this is hard to talk about. It's really really hard to talk about. But I think I needed to rip that bandage because eventually, sooner or later, I needed to talk about this. And in my mind, I feel like this is the right time. I know it's probably going to be very healing for me too. And, you know, whether things go left or right when it comes to the internet, I can say, like, I got it off my chest and I can move forward because I feel like I need to move forward with this. And, again, apologies. I'm really going off the rails with and not reading off the script. But it just... I have to. It's who I am. Like I consider this the spice of life. Like you have a script, but maybe throw some ad lib in there and like give them the old wrestle dazzle if you know. But yeah, the loss of Chef was really fucking hard, man. And while the loss of actual human family members had weighed down on me too, this hit different. Like seeing something be alive in front of you and no longer be alive with you like a second after, it's like I've been in my mind preparing for this moment, and you can't. You can't. It's if you love, of course it has to be. If you love, it's hard to let go of what you love, you know. But she had a lot of bad things going on with her, with that comes with age, and it was one of those like either I did that or like I let her suffer, and I don't want to ever let anything that I love suffer. So, you know, I held on as much as I could. And I mean, 14 years is a lot, but, and to like segue from Chef a little bit, this was on top of like, and I probably won't give too much details on this because out of the privacy of my family members and just others, because like I know how the internet is. But let me continue reading from the topic here that I wrote. This was on top of losing a very strong father figure in my life too, that really affected the dynamic of like not only myself but like the whole family on my end from my mother's end. And I wrote here, well, I don't want to get too much into that since I know how the internet can be both really good and supportive, which I know a lot of you guys are. I also know that the internet is like insanely disconnected from empathy, and it can be really gross, specifically lately as in late, since things like Twitter turn into X, and now people can monetize their tweets by just trying to farm engagement, aka like people will say outlandish and really fucked up things without no fucking say, because at the end of the day they just care about getting that paper at the end of the month, you know. So I completely get it. I'm trying to be very careful with what am I opening myself to say and whatnot. So, but yeah, this loss of my baby was following also like another loss of a big father figure that was there once my father was no longer there. And it sucks, man. I'm at a point where like big important parts of my life are no longer there, and like, well, that's just life, you know. Like, it's a journey. Like, we want to like be here as much as we can, and that's the whole point of life. We start and we end. But it's I don't know, I think it was just a combo of like that, you know. But yeah, it just felt like I was getting hit from like all ends. And on top of that, like, I just never knew how to handle these feelings, even though I was trying to prepare for it. And then on top of that, I need to like continue making content, you know, being live or still being creative enough to make content to upload here. And that didn't come easy, but you know, this past few months, while I've been going through that, you know, I've been doing it, you know, going live. And while I did stop on YouTube, I still try to like be very present on Twitch and live streaming, and I could tell that things were affecting me because where I normally would be going live for like 100 hours a month or something along those lines, I was only showing up for like 20 to 30 hours a month, and that's garbage. When it comes to like working, that's just garbage, and I get it. Like there's you guys out there that wake up at 8 or 9 in the morning and had to go to a job until like 5 o'clock, and that's a lot of times like 5 or 6 days. Like I get it. Some of us don't have the luxury to be able to, I guess, grieve and deal with it. And I guess I want to thank my mother and my past self that worked so fucking hard that paved the way to like not worry financially too much about things. Uh, but still, it was very. It's just been hard. It's just been a month, or not a month, a year. Like 2023 has been a year of like amazing for gaming, but God has it been shitty for like loss in my end, and I just been repressing this and just trying to find the right time to like talk about it, you know. So let me go back to the script and continue here because I don't want to. This video should have been a lot shorter than it is, but I'm not gonna cut it. I'm just gonna leave it for what it is and continue because I feel like everything that's been said needs to be said, and I don't know. I think it's important. I feel like it's important. So going back, I said, let me just say it felt like I was getting hit from all ends, and creating content was not something that came easy, but I try to push because the world doesn't stop moving because you're sad or in low energies, and that's essentially what you guys have been getting. You guys been getting low energy me. Like I've been pushing with hopes and dreams and an empty tank, you know. I would make a joke with my friend back when we were stuck in your radio and we would drive, and he would always drive this Bronco, but would never put fucking gas in his truck, and we would constantly make it like, oh, John's truck is running with hopes and dreams, you know. And I feel like that's what I was kind of running. So yeah, and then moving forward with this is I'm writing here. As I was dealing slash coping with what was happening, I caught interest in a new game at the time, that being what will possibly be game of the year, Baldur's Gate 3. I don't know if you guys know about it, but it's an amazing game. They took the idea of Dungeons and Dragons, or D&D, and they threw into a video game in a way that like took the world by storm. And I was really interested in it. I was like, oh shit, this rekindled like a part of me that I didn't know I had, you know, like I was really excited. But unfortunately, at the time, my computer wasn't able to keep up with the game. So like, not only was I going through all this emotional shit, but then it felt like the things that I wanted to do, I couldn't do. I just wasn't able to keep up, and that itself shed light at the fact that doing, not this year, but like almost the past few years, I want to say 2 or 3, I've been compromising with my work. Because, you know, I went through like phases of wanting to be a VTuber and doing all different things. You know, I always try to do a lot of different things. I try not to just be a one-trick pony in certain aspects, but I felt like with my computer not meeting the standards that I wanted to like have, I feel like I kept taking more stuff away from like streams and the content that I would do, and I just felt like I was constantly just taking a little piece of like who I was to like just make content happen. Like I have been compromising, like, you know, we all do at times, but I kept taking more stuff away to try to be able to make content, and it felt like I was like, you know, as I said, I was stripping fun aspects of myself. At the end, I felt like I was trying to use a spoon to make holes where the job needed a shovel. You know? Like, I needed to have like a sledgehammer to break a wall, but I was trying to break it with a pencil. Like, I was doing the job, but with not the power that needed to be used. I didn't have the right tools for it. And I feel like, you know, it felt really discouraging. And with this, and, you know, with all these like lows and everything happening, like, I had to cut so many different aspects of my work style and stuff like, that helped me in big ways. And now I really feel like I went from having all the tools at one point, because back then things were not so demanding and whatever, uh, to being able to like do very little while still trying to like meet the demands of what I did in the past. Uh, I had to part ways with my editor, my boy Gear, because like at the time I was like, ugh, I'm not putting enough work. I can't validate or justify having you as an editor, because like you're literally just getting paid at times for doing nothing. And that at the end, I saw it becoming a thing that's gonna make a hole and make even things more difficult. My personal assistant that like would help me out with like Minecraft stuff, modded stuff, and just in general would be there to like, it was a friend that went from helping me a lot, and I felt bad. I'm like, man, let me compensate you for your time, to like having to like let go of those two uh, big helpers, like both Gear and Don, to try and invest in other things that could help me kind of like get my footing back. And hopefully, like in the future, if things get better, we can try to see if like content creation starts popping off here, or on Twitch or wherever I'm doing, and maybe I can offset some of the work, because right now I'm pretty much doing like beginning a YouTube nonsense type beat, where like I'm doing everything now, minus the art stuff. That my wifey, she has my back on that. She's an amazing artist, and like I don't have to ever worry about having really cool thumbnails or art or whatever, because again, she has my back, and I've been really really lucky to have her. But yeah, here's to hoping that now with the direction that I'm trying to go, and the things that I'm trying to do, hopefully that could do something where maybe I can give you guys more once things start popping off on my end, if and then when they do. But let me continue moving to the next paragraph in this, and hopefully we can continue moving forward. But I read, so now that I'm back to being a one-man army in content creation with my wifey, she handles all things art, as I said, and she's just an incredible support. She's just an amazing partner. Like, I'm about to be living with her 9 years and together for almost 10, coming in February, and here in October it's 9 years of being together in the same household, which is insane. It doesn't even feel like a year. Like, I truly like hit the lottery with like a partner, because I don't know, she like gets me in all different types of way, and she's just a solid person. Like, she's listen, do you know that whole like meme or saying where like, if I die and I are reborn, I hope I find you again? She's that. I'm not trying to sound corny, but she's that. She's that. Like, legit. She's 100% that. Also, I gotta say, like, this goes without saying. My mother has been I know some of you guys might not have a healthy relationship with either your dad or your mom or whatever, but like, I gotta say, my mom stepped up so fucking hard, and she has helped me in ways that I can't even begin to describe. And thanks to her and the many years of like, me putting work into content creation and whatnot, I'm happy to say that no longer I have those restrictions of having to dig with a spoon when I need a shovel. We have a brand new computer or a brand new rig, and I will put some of the information of it if you care for it in the screen, whatever. But it's insane. It's overkill. It's a supercomputer, and what this means is that if any computer nerds out there, I have quite a few years of content creation without any like hiccups. Like, if anything is wrong, I can definitely say without a question of doubt that it's not my computer. So that's good. That part of my life is figured out. I have to make some compromises and whatnot, but I can say I have an overkill of a computer to be able to be here, make content not only for myself to enjoy, but for you guys to also enjoy. And it will literally, like, if you're watching this content or like the video, I wouldn't be able to run all these like Minecraft mods that you're probably seeing, or just how pretty it looks in any of my older computers. This is like stuff of dreams. Like, it's gorgeous, and I'm like shocked that I'm able to have this. It's a dream come true. So it's I'm extremely lucky to have a mother that believes in me and what I do through my highs and my lows, and just loves me unconditionally. So I'm eternally lucky to have her. And as much as I like to take all the credit, for all the work that I've done, the credit goes to my mother, to Kayla, and to most important, you guys that still support me even though I'm inconsistent, or still support me where I'm having just off and on streams, and like some of you guys will pop into streams and just bless me in ways that I don't know how you guys do it, but I'm just shocked, you know? So I want to say really thank you for everything. Like I don't know, it cannot be said enough, but again, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I guess this is the other half of the video where I actually talk about not so much emotional things and more about what's gonna happen and whatnot. But the question that said, so what are the plans moving forward? And I know that I didn't write this, but series that maybe I started, like Elden Ring and others, whatever, those are gonna get done in due time. Do not worry, trust me, it will happen. I have the means to do it, and I definitely have the time to do it. I'm just trying to find a good balance. So before I even get to responding to the thing that I wrote, I'm also saying this to those viewers that are like, but what about this? But just shut up. I love you. Stop being annoying. Be happy that I'm actually back at it, if possible. Trust me. Yeah, I see you right now. Anytime that somebody goes, I'm doing something, and they go, oh, but what about this? I just see you as like annoying little brother. I love you, but I'm gonna give you a noogie. Cut it out. But let's see what I wrote. At the moment, this month has given me clarity that I'm ready to move forward, and I can see it by the passion that I have regained through the games that have been coming out, and the series that I'm planning to create or have already done. Or started essentially. Well, I don't know, and this is very real. Well, I don't know what type of creator I want to be, in the sense of, am I going to be a jack of all trades or just hyper focus on one thing? I think since I want to see what sticks, I'm gonna choose to do a little bit of both and see how that plays out. And I'll elaborate here in a bit. So I'm gonna try to break down content that I do in two ways. For those that enjoy constant content, I will entertain you all with mostly uncut, raw Let's Plays. And, maybe they're one-off videos here and there where, sometimes there's some games that are not very long and can just be done in one video. So you guys can get that aspect of like constant content coming in here. And that's going to happen with Spider-Man 2. I already have like almost 17 days worth of Spider-Man 2 content. And when I say 17 days worth, is that each video is 30 to like almost an hour long. But again, I'm going off the script, so let me read this because I probably just wrote this and I'm going to repeat myself. So yeah, you guys can expect Let's Plays videos ranging from 30 minutes to an hour long, and I'm going to start with Spider-Man 2. These are being streamed to those that can make it. So I'm streaming these Let's Plays on Twitch, and maybe I might actually start streaming here on YouTube depending on how that goes, because to be honest, I really enjoy the interaction of like homies and just the energy you guys bring to like the live streams, and this is a really good way for me to like have my cake and eat it. But I think I said that too in the script that I wrote here, but let me continue. These are being streamed so that those that can make it can be part of it live and engage with me and other homies. But if not, they will be uploaded here to YouTube to those that enjoy it that way. The way that I see this is like movies, essentially, right? Meaning you can go to a movie premiere, or when like a movie comes out on a movie theater, and you can enjoy it the day of with other people and have like that live audience reaction to moments or whatever. But that doesn't mean that has to be the only way that you guys can enjoy content. And I feel like that's how I've been approaching it a lot. I've been only just constantly streaming. And again, a lot of you guys might not have the luxury to be able to do that. So I also will be, like I said, uploading my stuff to YouTube. That way you can enjoy it at your own pace. Like if it was like Netflix or whatever, you have plenty of content, and hopefully I can be part of your day. Let it be for an hour, 30 minutes. Like, you can watch things at your time, at your pace, however you enjoy it. So that goes without saying. The other type of content I'm gonna be doing that I want to do was I want to take my Minecraft content in a different direction because I did try in the past few months, and you saw it here if you check the past uploads. I was giving you kind of content to like my old ways of uploading in YouTube, like recording and cutting into like 20, 30 minutes. But one, that didn't really get that well of a reception, I felt, both from you guys and myself. And it didn't really feel that fulfilling. It didn't lend itself to new viewers. So I'm going to try and take a different approach. And I'm going to give this Minecraft format that has been very popular for the past year or two. I don't know how long. And it's called like the 100-day format, where it feels more appealing, and to be honest, it's really different from what I've done in the past. But I've been myself consuming that kind of content, and I can see the appeal of it. It's really, 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 really cool, actually. And it allows me to do something that I felt in the past I was doing wrong, where I felt like I was constantly rushing content, like da da da. I gotta get this done, and I gotta make sure that this video is like entertaining, and like trying to do that every day is really difficult when it comes to like Minecraft content. Where what I'm doing now, and let me go a little bit off the script, is I am actually honoring the true way of doing these like 100 days in Minecraft, which is essentially 33 hours in human IRL time. And what this does is I can take it as slow as I want, record it or stream it, and make sure that the only thing being recorded is the game audio, and then do post commentary and cut it into a way that is really fun to consume for you guys. And again, if you haven't, I'm getting really inspired by, again, the founding father of 100 days content, in my opinion. I don't know if there's anybody else that really takes that title, but it's Luke the Notable. And I really like how it's just not rushed content. And again, it's in the same aspect of what I mentioned, the whole like, oh, if you want to watch a movie in the movie theater, you can, and watch it with an audience. But eventually that movie will come to like Netflix or whatever streaming service, or video, whatever you don't call it, and you can watch it in your own pace in a different way that is transformative. So if you guys want to actually see me doing it legit, you can watch me stream that content where I'm actually talking and engaging with you guys. But since it's only recording the game audio, nothing gets destroyed by it, and I still really just get to have my cake and eat it. And I'm just really curious to see how this works, because I don't know, I feel like a calling to it. And I already did my first 100 days. I'm going to be working on editing that. We did 100 days in modded Minecraft, Dawncraft, and you're seeing essentially the mod pack on the video right now. Like the things that are in the mod pack. There's more cool things that I will see, and you already saw a few of it through like the bits and pieces that I did with Dawncraft in my YouTube channel. I was already doing some of it, but I didn't like that, and now I'm putting it away that I don't know, it gets me to stream. It gets me to make content. I finish the video or finish the stream and doing stuff within that series, and once I'm done, I don't feel burnt out. If anything, I'm like, the next day I'm like, ooh, I cannot wait to wake up and do it. So like that passion through the stuff that I'm doing, it's really showing, and I don't know, it's really fun. So that's where I'm at with it. So let me go back to the script and go at it and see where I left. I mentioned Luke already, but yeah, I said I will record my first 100 days of modded Minecraft on Twitch, and I'll be getting to edit here, so you can expect the video to drop soon. Crazy enough, that content was the reason why I kind of fell in love with content creation, because it just keeps me coming back. I literally said all that. Like to say, if you want change, you need to change. If you want to change, you need to change to make it happen. So generally, I'm changing from within and changing a lot of aspects of myself to see if, you know, change happen. And I really am feeling that to my core. But yeah, going with the last few paragraphs, and we're ready to wrap up here, so don't worry. This was a very lengthy update video, but I felt like it was needed because I've been gone for a while. I can say like this feels right now like this moment feels like a TV series, like a Netflix series, or like an anime. Like this feels like a new season, and I'm really excited to like start strong and see where it leads me. I can feel already the shift in energy through like you guys showing up on my streams as in late, because like I can feel change within myself, but it reflects on you guys, and I can see that the things I'm doing seems fun, and the chat has been lately like popping off. Like everything has just been really really fun, and I don't know. It just feels like it's not only a new arc for myself, but it feels like a brand new arc and like a new season for the homies, and that that have been showing up and supporting me. Um, I have all homies that remain by my side still up to this day that I'm even crazy and lucky enough to be able to call my friends. I'm talking to you, the seven, if you're listening, a little friend group that I like to call the seven, and new faces that have been showing up and making me excited to like continue showing up. Life feels like it's making a turn for the best, and I'm happy to be able to give you all of me, that hyper, overly like positive, and at the same time just me, kind of like me that I feel like I am at my core. Um, but I guess moving to towards the end of this, if you guys want to make sure you're part of all things that I'm doing, I will always let you guys know when I go live or when a video is uploaded through three different areas. And these will be, you can join my Discord, and that's going to be posted in the description, where you can always get either videos that go live or whenever I go live, wherever I am, if it's YouTube or Twitch. I will always let you guys know through that. You can also check whenever I go live through YouTube. They have like that Twitter thingy where it's like community posts. Have been letting you guys know whenever I go live through that too. That way I'm not clogging like your video feed where like, hey, I went live. I don't know if anybody cares for that. And I don't know if that hurts my channel whenever I do that. But I've been letting you guys know whenever I go live through community posts. And I also let you guys know whenever I go live or a video goes up through Twitter, or are we calling it X now? X? Okay, X, sure. But yeah, that way if for some reason Twitch or YouTube bugs out and doesn't send that notification to you guys, you can always make sure that you will always get those through any of those three socials. But outside that, I want to thank you all for taking the time to watch this video. This is a long, lengthy video. I did not think it was going to be almost like 40 minutes long. That's insane, but I'm going to let it rock. If you're wanting to get the TLDR, got a brand new computer, went through some really shitty things. I'm now surpassing it, and I'm now in a good mental headspace to be back, and I'm doing new things while also catering to some old things. That way you guys can have your cake and eat it. But yeah, I this is the part where I thank all of you guys, and I want to say thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for always taking the time to like even going out of your way to like leaving likes on the content that I make, commenting, let that be through leaving comments here on YouTube or chatting with me on Twitch, supporting me financially through like donations, subscriptions, or even watching these ads that play on YouTube, and just being a part of my life, because this is one of the few jobs that you really need to have a supportive community to say that you can do it in the way that I want to do it, and without you guys I couldn't be able to do it. So thank you so much for everything. Like, the reality is that this is a dream job. This is my dream job. I love the idea of communicating, playing video games, and bringing good like vibes and just good energy through what I do and who I am. And I'll be honest, if I am lucky enough to be able to obtain my dream job, I'm not gonna stop anytime soon, and I won't. This is not gonna happen. So thank you. But with that said, I'll wrap the video there, and yeah, appreciate your time. See you guys in the next video, which here on YouTube will be Spider-Man 2, and if not there, I'll see you guys on live streams either here on Twitch or possibly on YouTube. And yeah, thank you so much. My name is SlyFoxHound, and with that, I'll see you guys in the next one.